Hey, my name is Naya Crowder, CryptoGeezy. I know he the best in Dallas, you feel me? Y'all better subscribe and tune in, you know.
Then walk off. That's all you gotta do. Let them see what they. There we go.
Hey, it's Jen, formerly known as Royalty DFW. I just want to shout out to CryptoGeezy. Y'all subscribe, like, and follow his page.
Hey, it's your girl Anya Monique, and I'm here to tell you that you need to go and subscribe to CryptoGeezy.
That's my dog.
We the mind, just like Goodfellas. Open her like a dresser. Gave her back, I could've kept her. She said I make her wetter. She want a cup, but I won't let her. Play about my money, lead them boys on a stretcher. Money on my mind, I'm just trying to get my check up.
What's sound, man? We got CryptoGeezy in the building like always, and y'all know I don't do no introduction. I let the person introduce themselves. Who we got here today?
Man, the one and only East Solid, baby. Salute.
For the people that don't know, where are you from?
I'm originally from uptown New Orleans. Grew up in Kenner Penitentiary, Angola, Louisiana State Penitentiary. You heard me?
Okay.
My mom stayed on Philip and Saratoga. Then we moved to Kenner trying to get a better life, and that's where I went to Angola from. You heard me?
All right. My first introduction with you was at the Real Life of Street Stars. You was speaking some real positive stuff with Gangsta. I think Miss T and Queen Queasy was y'all was all on the couch.
I just want to say it's a blessing just to be here. You know what I'm saying? Just to have this opportunity. And so that's why it's imperative that I stay positive with it. You heard me? It's imperative that I stay positive for the simple reason I don't think that the universe blessed me to give a life without parole sentence back and to come home and be on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people afforded this opportunity. And I gave my life sentence back by educating myself, studying that law, and just really, really fighting, and had to change laws. So it wasn't like I had a relief avenue, because in 1994 in Louisiana, you heard me, when they give you life without parole, it means life without parole. You ain't coming on. The judge said I had to do life, die, come back and do 30 more. And I was just 16 years old, bro. But it was a blessing and a curse to have two brothers who's already in Angola. You know what I'm saying? So all my life I've been entangled with the system. You know what I'm saying? And so it just was what I hate to say, like a
Gift and a curse.
yeah, man, it was hurtful because they passed away. They died. One of my brothers got killed, shot in the back. My other brother died. You know what I'm saying? So to have both of them who showed me the essence and the definition of a man through their actions, that's why it's called solid stepping. And I don't mean what you doing to you doing this to dudes and all that shit. No, it's about you standing on principles, morals, being solid to your word. You know, keeping your word. If I give you my word, nigga, I'm gonna keep that. I ain't gotta sign no paper with you. My word is more valuable than that paper and the law and notary republic and all that. So that's what I stand for. That's what my brand. It don't mean about what you're doing in the street. It means about what you're doing as a man or as a woman. Period. That's what solid means. You know what I'm saying? And we fall short sometimes. Don't get me wrong. You know, like nobody is perfect. You know what I'm saying? We ain't holding up no perfect criteria to nobody. But at the same time, we at least striving for that shit. Nigga, just do what you say you gonna do. I do what I say I'm gonna do. And just imagine if we come together. Because think about it. And I know this ain't the question what you're asking, but I want to say this right quick. You got all different other nationalities. I ain't got to call it the Asians, the Hispanics, the Arabs, the whites, all these other different nationalities of people, right? Races of people. You think that they don't be beefing with each other? You don't think that they have different quarrels with each other? We know they do, right? That's human, right? But you don't never see it on the internet. You don't never see it on, or because it's called a united front. Because we go beef between ourselves, but outside we go act like we all the way solid together. And that's how you appear to be stronger than what you really are. That paper tiger type of thing, you know? And so, but our people, we don't do that. As soon as somebody gets something, this will happen, that'll happen, this will happen, and the first thing somebody want to do, they go run for content and put that shit out there. So my mission been like, what's taking you so long to do this? Yeah, first of all, I ain't competing with nobody, because you ain't got nobody whose story who could compare to mine. Mine's gonna stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna stand. It stands on its own. I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? I did it the way I did it. You heard me? You can't fake that shit for 25 years. You can't fake being solid for 25 years. So can't nobody question my moves out here in society when I'm trying to pay bills. I ain't in that street shit no more. I don't care about nobody business. I ain't talking about nobody business. I'm just talking about me and what I'm doing. You heard me? And if somebody asks me a question about somebody, if I answer, it's gonna be on the terms of to educate our youth, to educate our people on the actual essence of that situation and not just being on no messy type of shit. So that's what I'm trying to introduce to society. You know what I'm saying? Because we know right now, if I could start talking about certain people that I know, this motherfucker go, phew, you heard me? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I want to get people to start realizing, hey, man, we could talk about better shit than that. We could talk about, and if we do talk about it, because some of that shit do needs to be talked about. And if we do talk about it, let's talk about it on a way where we could try to at least show somebody else how to do the shit better, not just be down at somebody that went through something. You heard me? So yeah, man.
You said the judge told you to do life, then come back and do 30. What was you incarcerated for?
I had they originally arrested me for first degree murder and armed robbery, and then they because there was no murder weapon, there was no eyewitnesses, there was no DNA, there was no fingerprints, and 2 juries found me not guilty at the actual trial. But at the beginning, it was no murder weapon, no physical evidence against me. They laid 6 photographs before me, and they said, just pick one of them out and we'll let you go. Because they older than you. You the youngest, just pick one of them out. So it was all African-American males, right? So that could have been your little brother. That could have been your nephew. I could have just lied on him and been home, right? But yet it took me 9,125 days to be here today because I chose not to do that. And when I got to Angola, you heard me? And I ain't choose to do it like I'm some bad, like I just wanted to go do a life sentence in Angola, the bloody prison in America at 16. Come on, bro. Right. It just was like, man, I'm not about to do that. You heard me? So when I got there and evolved and started working in that law library, I actually witnessed people who were in there like that because somebody did what I didn't do. Because somebody said, hey, like, he did, oh, you want me to just pick him? Yeah, all right, what to say? And they and they sent his ass up there. And they sent him home and let that dude, and that dude did 20 years, 30 years, 40 years before DNA evidence or some type of physical evidence proved that he was actually innocent. They let the man home and gave him, some money. He had to fight for that. They didn't just give it to him. He had to fight for compensation for his wrongful incarceration. His parents done died. His mom and dad done died on him, and some of them, their whole family. Some of them don't even have nieces. Like their whole family, you don't even know them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because of somebody did that. So I just chose not to do that, and I chose to just educate myself. I had 2 brothers up there that was in the law, and that's the route that I took.
So when you said you did it yourself, you went and learned the law and gave the time back yourself, or was it help?
Yeah, I mean, well, never to discredit nobody that helped me because there was many people that gave me water along my journey. Mm-hmm. So let me be clear on that because it was a lot of people that helped me, but you need help. Right. If you in that bitch with a life sentence, don't let nobody do it, but they don't need no help. You need some help. Right. However, you gotta help them help you though. That's the key. You gotta help people help you. You gotta show people that you ain't just leaning on them. You ain't just when they bump for you. Cause they charging $10, $20 for a phone call in jail, boy. Yeah, y'all paying with the T-Mobile or Verizon, y'all paying that you heard me? Right. For somebody to call you from jail, boy, they taxing. You know what I'm saying? That shit should be illegal, matter of fact. But anyway, but the system is the only one that could do illegal shit and get over the profit. They profit off our downfall. That's what I want to say to the streets. Anybody that's still ripping that street shit, anybody that's still thinking that, man, the streets is something to be bragged, man, to be honest, the streets is embarrassing. It's embarrassing, brother. Just stay home, be a man, be a civilian, bro. Stay out that shit, because that shit fake, phony. They'll consider you solid today and a whole ass nigga tomorrow, bro. They build you up just to tear you down. So fuck all that, but just be a man. If you're a male, be a man. You heard me? If you're a female, be a woman. You heard me? That's what counts.
When you first went in, with the life in 30, how long did it take for you to start fighting back, the fight to get released?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was fighting back from the beginning. You know, you ain't about to just swallow me up and think I'm just about, no, nigga, I was kicking and screaming the whole way. You heard me? But But to be precise on you, I know what your question is though. At first I had to grow up. You know what I'm saying? I had to mature first. At first it was just like, nigga, it's just a survival of the fittest. Fuck the code now. Now it's about nigga protecting my ass now. Right. Now it's about protecting my integrity, my principles, my manhood, my respect now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, nigga you gotta go lay down that law. You dig? And some things I did, I probably was a little overly excited, you could say. You know, I was just looking, you know, because in that parish, when you in the parish, bro, you hear shit, you learn, you know, you be in there with dudes who already been to the pen, so they gonna have their stories, they gonna be inflating shit, the truth, you know what I'm saying? You know how they go. Right. So they gonna be telling y'all kind of shit. So in that parish though, I just know how raw it was in that parish. You can't just come on a till and just go put your stuff up and think you gonna just chill. You know what I'm saying? Not in 94 when I went in. Yo, I don't know what it's like now, but in 94 when I went in, man, you gotta smash something. You gotta build a case on a nigga, something. You gotta pick somebody. And what I noticed was the easiest way to get your respect, the quickest way to get your respect, don't fuck with nobody who don't nobody, who do nigga that's just a peon. Man, challenge whoever the biggest nigga with the loudest mouth on that till, whoever think they running that bitch, that's who you challenge. And so by me being of the small stature that I had, when I come in that bitch with the heart that I had, it was just, damn, hold up, this nigga challenge, you know. So some of them dudes probably could have fucked over me, bro. I'm gonna be straight with you, you heard me? But because they seen that, they seen that, you heard me, that woman, they seen how serious, they were like, nah, little brother, just go ahead on. But they just paid me like, man, leave that little nigga alone, that little nigga fucked up. You know, yeah, you fuck around, I'm fucked up in the right way though, you know. So it just, you know, man, it's so deep, dog. I will be here 3 hours, bro. Look, we'll need chapters on this shit.
Right. Well, we could do that. We could start the chapters. What was one of the wildest things you saw in Angola that you wish no man?
I mean, well, I didn't see it, but when they killed my brother, ain't nothing really. When my brother escaped and they shot him in the back, like I said, I didn't see it, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I felt it, you heard me?
Right.
But one of the wildest things I seen, shit, I was on a walk. They let me on the walk, bro. I was like on the walk, like, wasn't even 48, 72 hours, bro. Like 2-3 days, bro. And they blew the whistle. Word call. That means you gotta go be a slave, nigga. You about to going back into the 1800s, you heard me? You about to be a slave, boy. So, you walk to the fence and shit. So when we walking down the walk though to get from my dome to get to the yard to go out in the field, we walking. Now there was a white boy. That's why I'm just saying, boy, niggas be playing, bro. Everybody had to be played with, bro. Man, so dude stole the white boy radio. The white boy had already made an announcement. Said, hey, bro, look, I'm about to go to Child. When I get back from Child, you heard me? Just put my radio on the bed, bro. We cool. I don't care who did it, not just put my radio bag on the bed, bro. White boy too. Everybody thought the white boy was playing. White boy. You heard me? Man, look at here. Now all these so-called black gangsters, man, dude coming there. Dude, or white boy already knew. Dude go, you know, ain't go to prison is like a fishbowl, bro. Ain't nothing gonna be done in there that nobody don't know about. You heard me? So boom, when this shit happened, white boy come back, the shit wasn't on his bed, you heard me? Shit, dude sit back, chilling, thinking ain't nothing, like, white boy ain't gonna do nothing, you heard me? Man, the white boy started hitting him, bro, with that bam, bro, that shit was sounding like, poof, poof, just busting through his skin and his ribs or whatever was hitting, just poof. And every time he pulled the knife out, bro, and we walking down the walk, so when we get by the dome, because we had to turn by that dome to get on the yard, to get in the field, bro, all you could hear is, oh, bro, I'm talking about it was a scream. I can't even mimic the scream, bro. It was so deep. You heard me like, damn, you could tell that boy hurt. You heard me like, oh, and the white boy just hit me. Looking through the white boy just hitting him. Bam, and every time he pull it out, blood just coming out. You heard me? I said, damn, and then you know what? You think them white hillbillies cared? Boy, shit, they still in the field. Normally they'll shut shit, you know what I'm saying? Like later on in my years up there when somebody got killed or somebody got jugged, stabbed, they'll shut everything down. But back then, when I first got there, boy, that shit was so prevalent till it was like, oh, nigga, get, all right, come, work call, y'all, we'll get to that, you heard me? Yeah, man, so it's so, and that problem not the worst thing. Problem when I sit back and chill and think more hard about other things that happen, it'll be, you know, I mean, you talking about 25 years in Angola. I grew up there, bro. Angola was considered the bloodiest prison in America for a reason, bro. That's not me saying it. That's what the media dubbed it. You know what I'm saying?
What when was you feel you had the reality check of your situation when you first went in, or you had to see something like, man, look, this is where I have to be at for the rest of my life?
That's a good question. I took it serious from day one. When that judge told me life without parole plus 30 years, and my mama yelled out, "You don't have the last word." I seen so many dudes get a life sentence of 50 years and they start crying in court and all that, bro. No matter how hurt I wasn't about to do that in front of that lady. I wasn't about to do it in front of that judge. You heard me? Because I'm not about to let you see me sweat. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? I might go back in that cell and be like, fuck, what the fuck just happened? You heard me? But in the presence of my enemy, no. And then I knew I had to keep my mama strong. Because if I would have broke down, she's already going off in the back of the courtroom. You see what I'm saying? Yelling at the judge, you ain't got the last word. And sure enough, as you see, he didn't. Because I'm here on this couch talking to you. You feel me? But overall, bro, it really started hitting me when I got to Angola and I got on the boxing team, right? And so my other brother, Charlie Brown, may his soul rest in peace. He was a Muslim. May Allah be pleased with him. I used to fast with him. I never took the Kaleem, the Shahada, and became an actual Muslim, but I respect the religion more than most because of the discipline. And when I saw it changed my brother to becoming a better man, it made me inquisitive and embraced it more. And when I found out me and Malcolm X was born on the same day, I even, you know what I'm saying? But I just knew my mentality at the time I wasn't about to submit to nothing. You know what I mean? Even when the war's coming, I'm rebellious, I'm bucking everything, you know what I'm saying? That was the attitude that I had. You just gave a kid a fresh life sentence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So one day my brother came to the gym and I just finished sparring. So my trainers and them, they were telling my brother, man, the brother getting good, boy. He getting better and better, man. Look. So when I looked on the bench, I saw my legal document. I saw some folders with my name on it, you dig? And my brother was in that law before me, So he the one that got me to start going to law class. But I wasn't really taking. I'm like, man, law, man, I'm not, I thought I couldn't grasp it, right? That's why you're never supposed to doubt yourself. I'm telling you, bro, education is a motherfucker, bro. Education is, bro, that's what kept me focused, alive, and mentally strong. That's what kept my mental fortitude up to par. Educating myself, bro. I'm telling you, bro. If you don't do that, bro, you're going to lose your mind in that mother. You'll start doing all kind of weird shit that you wouldn't think you would ever do because your mind will start digressing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You will start, because in Angola, the abnormal is normal and the normal is abnormal, right? So you will start thinking that what's wrong is right. And so then it's like the Walking Dead. When you get bit, you turn, right? And so I'm like, nigga, I ain't gonna never, you know what I'm saying? I can't become what I despise. You know what I'm saying? Not me. You know what I'm saying? I could deal with it. I had to sleep around booty bandits, rapers. I had to sleep around killers. I had to sleep around drugs. Like the worst of the worst, bro. We had to sleep just arm length away. Cmurder stuff right there. His arm so long sometimes he bump, man, get your motherfucking ass up. You know what I'm saying? Nigga slide your bed over. But that's how close they put you in there. And because it's to humanize you as a man, bro. What man won't have to sleep 2 feet away from another man? If he fought, you gotta smell that shit. You know what I'm saying? When you wake up early in the morning, you gotta see it. You don't want to see no nigga first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But this is the design, bro. This is what prison is designed. It's designed to go visit. And this is what I want to say to a lot of them rappers, bro. I know I'm getting off top, but I'm just spitting, dog. I'm just coming straight from the hole. A lot of these rappers, bro, they always glorify that shit, dog. You know why I don't never glorify that shit, nigga? And I held it down in that bitch, nigga, for real. I could take my glasses off, look you in your eye, nigga. I held it down in that bitch. Not bragging or boasting, nigga, but you heard, nigga, no, I ain't gotta be no game. I was a man in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And so, my point with that is, if you go rap about that shit, bro, tell the whole truth, not the half truth. Tell them how, in order for us to go visit, to see our mamas, our children, our family, whatever, bro, you gotta strip butt naked in front of a man with a uniform, lift your nuts up, coughing, squat and shit. Tell them rap about that. I ain't hear not one rap about that part of the prison life. So when they start rapping about that part of the prison life, I'll salute them and respect them. I tell them, man, I don't want to hear that shit. I ain't gonna stop telling these kids and making them think that that's some cool shit. That's a rite of passage we got to go through to be a man. Because if you ain't been to prison and you black, I salute you, nigga. Because you was able to stay out here and take care of your family when I couldn't take care of mine because my stupid ass was in somebody's jail. Letting somebody profit off my downfall. Even though I'm actually factually innocent, still and all, I was still putting myself in situations in the streets that I shouldn't have no business. You know what I'm saying? I should have been the education. My brother said, when I started really learning that law, I mean, was inspired to, to really start fighting legally. My brother had, when I seen my legal work on the bench, I'm like, bro, what's happening with that? He said, look, brother, you my baby brother, I'ma ride and die with you. He said, but your case is your life. Don't put your case in nobody's hand, not even mine. He said, but these white folks can move me over here, over there, ship me another institution, or ship you somewhere. You heard me? He said, then what you gonna do then? Now I can't reach you, you can't reach me. So who gonna work on your case then? You gonna trust somebody that you don't know? One of these niggas in here talking about they know law. We call them locker box lawyer. Nigga read 2-3 law books and think he know. You heard me? Then he come in, hey man, tell your mama to send me $100. I got you, bro. I'm gonna get you your freedom. Look at this, yeah. You don't know nothing. You young, stupid, and you paying a nigga some money to get you denied and barred out of court. Stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga trying to get some food in this locker box. You heard me? So man, when he said that, he said, so you want to be a penitentiary champ? Or you want to get your ass in this law library and learn this law? You ain't got to learn law fully, but learn the laws at least that apply to your case, dog, to fight for your freedom in your life. And after that, next thing I know, I started going to the law classes with my brother. Next thing you know, that shit just started coming to me. Next thing you know, I'm teaching the law class. And that's when I took it serious, bro. When I started hustling up money, some women will come see me, man. I explain my situation to them, being straight with them, And they'll be like, man, look, when you coming on? I'm like, I don't know. I got a life sentence, baby. I ain't about to lie to you, play games. Some niggas did that. I just chose not to do that. And so, bro, look, some dudes used to say, how you be getting all this with them? I said, bro, because I just be straight up with them and let them know my situation. Now I'm in a fight of my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't remember a lie, bro. If I lied to the world today, man, I'm going to forget that shit tomorrow. I got them, but you know what I'm saying? Then now she ain't going to respect me. But at least if I tell her the truth, you know what I'm saying? She got the right to say yeah or no. You know what I'm saying? Some of them done said no, and then some of them they'll hit me back, man, how you doing? I said, man, the same situation you left me in last year, nigga, I'm still fighting for my life. Man, I'm a Josie. Because she respected how I came at her. So once she got me a lawyer, right? The lawyer missed my deadline, bro. He missed my dead. You got, and now it's 2 years to file post-conviction once your conviction is finalized. Because once you get convicted, then you got to stage. You go to you automatically get appeal, right? So if you can't afford one, they'll appoint you one, like bullshit lawyer. So, but that's your guaranteed right. After that, once that get denied, your post-conviction, that's not considered a right. It's a privilege. So. You want a lawyer, you got to come out of pocket with a lawyer, or you better learn that law yourself and get it, right? So that's what I did. So when I get the lawyer, but the lawyer missed my deadline, got me barred out of court. So now it's like solidified. Nigga, like you ain't never coming up, because now any issues that I had that was constitutional violations that I could have filed, to argue my actual innocence and anything, because he missed that deadline, all those claims was barred. So I had to fit a square, and I had to fight to change the law. So when I started filing my own writs in court, that's when I got free, brother. That's when I got free.
You said something about Cmurder. I asked Diesel this, and I know you did time with Diesel, right? You was back there with.
Grew up together. Shout out to Lil Diesel. You heard me out the mouth. Yeah.
What's your take on that 10-2 law?
Well, I ain't gonna say I started it. That's not true. But amongst our era of people, because it started back in the Johnson case in the 70s, right? It was the Johnson case. They were the first ones to bring it to the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court. We got denied, right? So what that issue is this. In 1898, Louisiana held a constitutional convention and said, hey, look, we lost the Civil War, so we need to, the Constitution hasn't abolished slavery. It says slavery is abolished unless you convicted of a crime. So these demented, wicked-minded motherfuckers got together and said, well, look, we need our crops picked. We need to boost this prison industrial shit. We need to, get slavery back legal. So we got to fast track them and convict them easier. So instead of having a unanimous all 12, Louisiana decided to say, look, just make it 10-2. At first it went from 9. You heard me? It was that. Then it changed it to 10-2. So a minimum of 10 had to say convicted, right? Because when they first did it, it was 9. Like that's how low they went. Mm-hmm. So somebody said, okay, well we're going a little too far. Let's make it 10, right? So they allowed it. So Louisiana and Oregon is the only 2 states that allowed that, right? That did that. But Oregon still was not allowing you to get a life sentence. Louisiana was. They go overboard, bro, in Louisiana. You heard me? So Louisiana said, shit, fuck that. We go, whatever they get, that's on their head. Just come up, we need them. We need that cotton pick. We need them corn, that turnips and all that shit. Remember, I seen all that shit. The only thing I ain't do was pick no cotton. I'll talk about that later. You heard me? But but so that's how the 10-2 issue came about. So when I got there in the 90s, and I heard, I'm just researching, because now I'm bored out of court. So I got to find something to get me back in court. So I'm researching, I'm talking to people, and then boom, I discovered that. You know what I'm saying? So I shared that with C. You know what I'm saying? He had them Harvard lawyers at the time. He had some lawyers from Harvard. You know what I'm saying? John Ashcroft, different lawyers like that, And so we tried it, and C went to the Supreme Court back then with it, and they denied to hear him. See, the United States Supreme Court could choose to hear your case or not. See, a lot of people don't know that. They could choose to hear your case or not. So they chose not to hear Corey Miller's case back then. You see what I'm saying? They just chose not to hear it. So that means all the issue was dead. So they say the United States Supreme Court only accept like 1,000 cases a year. So out of, you got 100,000, 300,000 cases, they only accept like 5-10% of the cases that's presented to them throughout every year. So it took us from there all the way to 2000 and, 2020 something, to with the Ramos case. Attorneys got that case, took it up there to the United States Supreme Court. Boom, we won that shit. They said, man, that's wrong, man. We know that shit. We been knew it was wrong. We just was allowing y'all to get away with it until somebody came when the proper quorum, the proper people on that board in the United States Supreme Court, was ready to give in with that shit and be like, hey, bro, stop doing that shit. But they didn't say make it retroactive. So Louisiana, with they demented minded, they wicked evil shit, they said, well, look, we ain't about to make it retroactive. U.S. Supreme Court didn't say it. We ain't about to make it retroactive. So look, we gonna stop because they ordered us to stop. But all y'all that we did it to, the numbers is back and forth. Some say 600, some say 1,500. But whatever it is, it's too many people to be wrongfully. I'm one of them. I just got out because we changed the law on the juvenile issue because I was under the age of 18 when they automatically gave me life without parole. So now you can't just automatically give anybody under the age of 18 life without parole. So we had to change the law. I got with Brian Stevenson. Shout out to Brian Stevenson at the Equal Justice Initiative. That's a real attorney. That's a real man. That man saw what was going on. He knew that the prefrontal cortex, or the frontal lobe of the brain, which controls rational thinking, is not fully developed until the age of 25. Therefore, a child, whether he did the crime or not, is more prone to act irrational in any type of situation. So a lot of children that's committing crimes, man, although it's heinous and things of that nature, they saying you can't just throw them away for the rest of their life because they're going to grow and evolve. They're going to mature. Their prefrontal cortex is going to mature. They're not going to be acting irrational 20, 30 years down the line. So they said, well, look, we're going to start giving parole after 25 years, things of that nature, which is another unconstitutional violation because you can't pick a punishment today for a crime that already happened. Boy, look, I'm going to start a law class in this month. You heard me, bro? But the people need to know this, bro. I just wish people really, because especially the ones that wake up in the morning and knowing that they're going outside the door violating, because you might not never make it back in your door, bro. You know how many people that I sat down with that came holler at me in the law library, help me out. And I'm going to read their case. And when I read their case, it's crazy because the first thing they said, man, I was at home with my old lady, bro. And she told me not to go with them niggas. She told me to stay my ass. He was home with his kids and his old lady, bro. Went out there in the street. Shit happened, shit went down. He ain't even get caught. Dudes got caught that he was helping, and they told on him, brought him in the situation. You heard me? And now he got the life sentence, they going home, bro. So, bro, man, stay out them streets, but the streets ain't for everybody, man. Shout out to the Sidewalks, the movie, you heard me? Yeah.
Dirt Zaya, huh?
Dirt Zaya.
Shout out to my
You
dog,
dig?
Dirt
Dirt Zaya, Mike, 2G. Yeah, shout out to them boys, man. Free Telly, you heard me?
In closing, bro, what's the game you can get somebody that's sitting out there, like you said, taking penitentiary chances, throwing rocks at the penitentiary, at the police car, trying to jump off the porch?
My advice to them is, to the ones that's thinking about doing it, that's still younger than them, don't be no street nigga. Stay a civilian, bro. Cause that street shit, bro, it ain't fair. You ain't gonna know what the rules is no more. 1 minute the rule is this, next minute is that. They ain't got no government body. They ain't got no senator, no legislator to govern it. So leave that shit alone, bro. You heard me? And to the ones that's out, man, find a legal way out, bro. Because there's no good ending to that shit. It's angle if you ain't in Louisiana, it's penitentiary or that cemetery, bro. And so much fire potential is in the cemetery, homie. When you could don't go to prison like I did and realize that I could write books. Realize that I'm a prolific speaker. I became a Toastmaster, teaching people public speaking. I still use my little slang and stuff when I'm on these podcasts, but when I'm behind that podium on a professional setting and when I was talking to them judges, oh yeah, I was talking on their level because they were talking Chinese at first. When I first got locked up, I ain't know I was 16, preponderance of the evidence, judicial stop. I ain't understand all that. But once I educated myself, oh yeah, I could now you got the best of both worlds coming from it. So do that, brothers. If you in that game, find a way out there, brother. The right way, the legal way. Flip that money to doing something positive and productive, man. Solid Steppers United, baby.
I want to thank you for coming and blessing my channel. Like I say, always with anybody through this, shout out to Terrence Gangsta Wills for even making this connection. One call, that's all. You was here, pulled up, and made it happen. Last but not least, can you please give out all your social media for everybody that wants to follow and learn more about what East Solid has going on?
Man, okay, so that's East Solid 365 on Instagram. That's Eric E. Solid Brown on Facebook. And I got Solid Point of View TV. And then me, Lil Diesel, we about to do so. So it's a lot of stuff. So just follow East Solid on East Solid 365 on Instagram. And make sure you follow Solid Point of View TV. And then I'm going to keep y'all posted on what we about to do next, man. It's a lot. We got Netflix, we got Tubi, we got different things in motion, man. So once we really put it all together, y'all go get it, baby. You know, and it's gonna be from real street penitentiary dudes who done evolved into straight men. Just straight men now. Ain't no more gangster, ain't no more thug. Just men that want to prevent your kids or your loved one from going through what we've been through.
With that said, y'all heard it fresh from here. Thank y'all for checking in, Jeezy. CryptoGeezy, we out of here.
Salute.
It's your girl Choppy, y'all know, the one and only video vixen. Subscribe to CryptoGeezy, you know what it is.
Hey yo, this your boy Mr. Mina, represent one half of the group Partners in Crime. Y'all make sure y'all tune into my man CryptoGeezy, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. Every time he drop it, exclusive. Holla.
Gas the realest, man. You already know what this is. No Rap Cap Podcast. I go by the realest, man. No other way. I'm rocking with CryptoGeezy. Make sure y'all tune in him. I rock with him, so make sure y'all rock with him.
Look, right now, we on that west side, that 7 do shit, that shit I started for real. We with CryptoGeezy, you now rocking with D-Day, the west side landlord when it come to this music shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come to this side, y'all gotta tap in with me, y'all.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Thick Ass Daphne, and you are watching CryptoGeezy.
Well, what's down this t-shirt, you heard me? Uptown in the building, you heard me? You know, I got a new single coming out called Freak Holes. BBG and Thick Ass Daphne, you heard?
What's up with it, man? It's your homie, Big Homie Show, man. Now, for real, though, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to CryptoGeezy, man. Subscribe, hit the like button, man. Y'all watch this shit, man. Tell them Big Homie sent you, straight up. Now, for real, though.